Although school shootings are more prevalent in the United States in recent years than ever before, they date all the way back to the early 1900s. Since the shooting in Sandy Hook on December 12, 2012, there have been more than 40 school shootings. This equates to more than 3 a month. Today we'll talk to you about the general profile of the shooters, why most of them commit the crime, and a specific case. While there is not an exact profile for shooters, generally they are white, lower-class males. Many shooters were honor roll students from good communities and had not had serious problems at school before. Studies have shown that 75% of school shooters are very pessimistic people who have low self-esteem because they are bullied, harassed, or suspended. Tia Gose, a writer for Live Science, said, "These kids often feel very powerless. The one way that they can feel like they're somebody, like they're a man, is to get a gun and kill people." Just like there's a general profile for most shooters, the reason behind doing it is also usually the same. The idea to commit a school shooting is typically the result of being bullied and teased. Troubled teenagers typically keep the fantasies of the shooting a secret, but over time they begin to share their thoughts with friends in chat rooms and through media outlets. Over 50% of them leave clues or warning signs before they commit the act. Often the shooters are inspired by the acts of previous shooters. They get a fantasy in their head, and it keeps intensifying, sometimes for years, until they finally act upon it. Sadly, there are many different cases that I could have picked, but this one stood out to me the most. In California, Brenda Spencer, who was 16 at the time of the shooting, shot and killed 2 people and wounded 9 others. When the police asked Brenda why she did this, her response was, "I don't like Mondays." She was sentenced to 25 years to life in prison and has tried for parole 3 times and has been denied every single time. She is now 47 years old, still in prison, and becomes eligible for parole again in 2019. 14 years later, when asked about this situation again, she said she was high off whiskey, angel dust, pot, and was hallucinating, but her toxicology report stated that she was clean. In 2001, she said, "With every school shooting, I feel like I'm partially responsible. What if they got the idea from what I did?" That school shooting happened in a middle school, but this is a chart that says the elementary schools, the middle schools, and the high schools, and most of them happen in high school. In conclusion, school shootings date all the way back to the 1900s and are a major issue in our world. Today I told you guys a little bit about the profile of the shooter, the motive behind shootings, and a specific case. A former Arizona sheriff, Richard Mack, said, "Guns are already banned in schools. That is why shootings happen in schools. A school is a helpless victim zone. Disarming law-abiding citizens leaves them as sitting ducks."